Yeah, I know the eye bags do come out.
Man,
Wala pa yan. Check out mine. They're so big. Crazy person.
I'm a pirate.
Hi, I'm John Luke, and this is my Pinoy Author Tube. I am a soon to be self published author and will be coming up with a book by December 2020, and it's called The Shadow Immortals. And I'm super excited to release that book finally. I've been writing that book since last year, but enough of me. We're here with a very special guest, and she's actually a fellow author from the PaperKat's mentoring program for self publishing. I would like to introduce Miss S.J. Wolf. Hello, S.J. Wolf. How are you?
John, I'm doing fine. How are you?
How is life? How is
Life,
life so far?
life is more than a roller coaster ride. I think I'm on a rocket ship now, going around the universe.
So
it's
yes,
one of a ride.
we're here to discuss with SJ Wolf how is it, paano ba ang buhay ng isang self-publishing author? So before we even get into the questions, SJ Wolf, can you please tell us something about yourself?
Well, my name is S.J. Wolf. It's actually a pen name, and I'm 22 years old. I'm a proud Ilongga, and I currently reside in Makati City.
So let's get into the questions. So what made you decide to write a book?
The first time I started writing was I was very young. I started writing songs, and then I started writing poetry. And then I decided that I wanted to write something more. I had so many trial and errors. I even um, went into the Wattpad world. If you're
Yeah.
familiar with Wattpad,
Yes.
I've had so many trial and errors. I created like 3 accounts because I wanted to write my book in a way that I wanted to be uh the image that I want to portray when I'm going to publish a physical one that everyone will hold in their hands and read in coffee shops or what. Then I wanted to write my book in a way that portrays a significance in my life as well as how I want society to see the way I see things as well. So that's why I decided to write a book.
To share that experience.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I think that's a great answer. Uh, let's move on to our next question. What is your writing style? What's your preferred tense, your point of view, and which genres do you write in?
I prefer writing in the past tense because mainly it's for me it's easier. It's easier to write in the past tense, and since in for me you're like telling a story. When you're telling a story, you don't usually tell someone that it's happening at the moment. You usually tell them that, oh, this happened at this point in time. So that's where that's what I'm going for. And POV, it's easier to write in the first point of view, but I'd like to dwell on the third person point of view as well, since I'm a fan of classic books, and most of those classic books are written in the third person point of view. And for the genre, I'm I'm writing contemporary, but I would also love to write mystery and horror, since I love watching and reading those types of books and movies. Like I was well, I still am a big fan of James Patterson. and I've had a lot of his Alex Cross books and all of that, even the Women's Murder Club. So yeah.
Horror. Wow. I'm gonna be excited to 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 read that from you. So I'm very curious. So
What?
I know I'm one of your beta readers for your first novel, Under the City Lights. I
Wow.
hope I get to be a beta reader for that one. Definitely. Okay. Our next question is, how do you prepare yourself to write? Do you have a schedule? Now I'm super curious about your answer if it's going to be similar to mine. So I'm super curious.
Mm, uh, most of it, I don't have a schedule. I don't prepare at all. I, the way I see writing, it's more of a feeling. So if I feel like there's a moment that I feel like writing, there's a series of thoughts and scenarios running through my head at that moment. It's easier to write since it runs smoothly, and those ideas just come like, exploding on your laptop or on your notebook or on a piece of tissue paper that you write on, that I write on mostly. And I don't know, I don't really like scheduling because it makes me feel too pressured to write a book. And writing a book for me is more of something I love doing than like work. Like it's not work. It's I don't see it as a job, something that I have to pressure myself into doing because I don't think the story won't come out as good as it would have been if I actually felt it at that moment.
Mm-mm.
Uh, do you feel the same way? You know me.
Yes, I've spoken like a true Piscean. Okay, so we are similar. Okay, I
Oh
do
yeah.
have a tendency to become a diva when when I want to write. But yeah, I feel you. Okay, next question is, what are the struggles or challenges you faced so far with self-publishing your book in the Philippines?
Oh man. Well, uh, first, mostly, since I'm only 22 years old, I just had a job and got my savings steady. The mostly financials. Those were some of the challenges that I faced since self-publishing a book is a big investment, but it's like definitely worth it because it just it's something you really wanted to do your whole life, and then an opportunity comes, like when I found out about Kat's mentoring program. I saw it more as a sign that it's my time to finally do this for myself, since I've been wanting this since I was a kid, and now an opportunity shows. So I invested in that mentoring program, and then I invested in also with the printing of my book, and I did a lot of things so I could fund my self published book. I first started selling disinfectants, the Hygiea disinfectants that was on your Village People magazine, your online magazine,
And
and
I'm one of the customers.
yeah. And I've also tried to expand it into a mini online business. So I started Your Basic Vibes. I still sell Hygiea, and I've added some T-shirts. I've added colored cosmetics, and I've added as well a mist spray bottle for convenience, and for since it's a pandemic, everyone's got their spray bottles for their sanitation, and I'm planning to add more because I've found it really fun as well, despite the challenges, since I love doing the business, and I love thinking that I'm funding it on my own for my book. So I'm like trying to do everything all at once, and it's fulfilling. But you can't help the challenge of, like, what if you don't get sales on this month, this week? So how will you self-publish your book, because you're the year's almost ending. The year's almost ending, and like you just don't know what to expect. So with the finances, I've come to figure it out. So we're good so far. And I've also uh, faced a lot of challenges when it came to the editing part of my manuscript, since it had to go a lot of, let's say, when you're trying to filter out water, like water from a river, water from an ocean, like you're removing the salt, removing the dirt and everything. There's so much when you're editing. And I work a job. I have a 9 to 5 job. I have a business to run. I manage our family finances, and mostly I do almost everything. So the time that I have for editing my manuscript is not quite a lot. So I try to maximize as much as I can, and that's where I got my eye bags already. And so yeah, it's not easy, but nothing worth it ever comes easy, so they say. Yeah,
Right. So yeah, I know the eye bags
they're
do come out.
coming. They're coming
Wala
out.
pa yan. Check out mine. They're so big. But
I'm catching up. I'm almost there.
okay, so thank you. Next question. What are the steps you're taking to accomplish this dream? I think you answered this. And how effective are these steps? Maybe you can answer that second question. How effective is it, I mean, to be self-funding yourself for
Well,
yeah.
it's very effective, since uh you're adding up to what you currently have. And I'm learning a lot while I'm doing all this in the span of, like, the lockdown, the quarantine. You get to see the world in a different perspective. You get to learn a lot of things you didn't know before. Like in school, they don't really teach you these at school, so you just learn it through experience. And I guess the more knowledge I get, I think the more ideas I have in probably writing another book. So it's very effective. There are a lot of things that life throws at you, and then you just happen to just grab them. Then you just try to see if it's a good thing or a bad thing that you can use in your career or in your dream in the future.
Mhm.
And I think those additional skills, additional ideas or information would really help me in being a better writer someday, in a way. And hopefully the readers would appreciate it as well, since we're all going through this together.
Yeah.
What I mean.
So I'm just curious. Now, follow up question. So your book, your self published book, is completely 100% funded by you, due to
Yes.
the stuff that you have been doing for the past several months, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and as well as the money I've saved from my job, because I'm not really much of a spender. I love being minimal, living simply, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big factor why I saved up. mm, I saved enough to start the printing of my book.
I wish I had your control because I have no control. Okay, so the next question is, what are the things you wish you knew before dabbling into self-publishing? Hello, are you
Um,
still yeah,
well, actually, there's nothing because I'm the type of person who believes in um my gut, sort of. Like I don't care what happens in the long run, as long as I'm gonna push through this because this is what I want. I have to be sure if I'm gonna grab it. And uh there's nothing I think I wished I knew before self-publishing, because uh it's a not a tough process for me. I think I don't see any like challenges that would affect my life gravely. Like it would be life or death if I didn't know it. Since I took this risk, I started this mentoring at 21. I just turned 22 this year. So being at that age, I think I'm pretty much minor in the world of adulthood. And in the self-publishing world, I'm not sure if there are other people my age who are doing it already. But if they are, or if younger people are planning to do so, I think it's just have you have to prepare for expenses, because I think those are the major things you're worrying about when you're young and when you're just starting, because most kids, I think, will just ask for their parents, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as your parents support you. That's actually really really awesome. But when it comes to like writing and editing, of course you have to expect there are a lot of editings, since your book has to be, if you're gonna spend that much, if you're going to put it out in the world, you have to make sure that it's, how do I say this, clean. Yeah, that it's clean and polished, and it's not something it's not something disturbing to the eyes, like the major typos, or like um uh
right,
the indents are inexistent, or like the words are cut from the pages or something like that, due to you not checking the digital format before it gets printed. So you have to expect that. And I myself already expected that, because as I read, I'm an avid reader when I was young. So every time I read something and I see a typo, I well, I used to really really judge badly. But now when I'm in this journey, I truly understand the work behind it. So I don't really judge that much anymore. I just I just be like, oh, okay. Well, the people who do this are human. So yeah, you just have to try your best to make your art look like it's worth being in a museum, in a way,
yeah,
but in book
because
form.
because our books, right? Our
Yeah,
books, they're our babies, right? They're our children. So you
definitely.
want it to come out pristine and immaculate, if not immaculate, right? So I do, yeah, I do get what you're saying. Okay. Next question. What are the? I think you've answered this. What are the problems you're facing now in? Oh no, this is a different question. What are the problems you're facing now, as of this moment, in the world of self-publishing? Do you have any
Well,
problems?
the major problem I'm facing is the fact that not a lot of people know me. So the problem there is, what if nobody reads it? But then again, you don't have to fear that when you have those people who are willing to read your book. I mean, just a couple people reading your book, and then if they bring it around, then people are gonna get curious. I mean, it's a marketing thing. So That's my biggest fear as a person. Like, that's my personal fear that nobody would read my book. So that's my problem. Even though
Yeah,
it's not really supposed to be a problem, but I feel like it's a problem because I have, these insecurities that, people are not gonna be liking it. But then I always have this um other personality behind my head. Yeah, behind my head. And this other personality at the who Voldemort. Like Keeper of Secrets. Oh,
okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. This is so going into the final edit of this video. Okay. So
Voldemort
so
who?
so your second person, are you saying your second personality is saying what?
My second personality is this badass bitch saying, "You can do it. You worked so hard for this. You're not giving up. A lot of people will read your book because you are claiming it." Because there's a sort of how do you say this? There's a weird universal power that you don't see sometimes when you really really want something. It's like a magnet, it just comes to you, like the opportunity that came to me when I didn't know it would be possible, since it was just a dream. It just started as a dream, and now, you know so maybe like 15 years later, 10 years later, where am I now? I'm writing a book. I'm printing the book already. So it's it's just that little bit of insecurity is the problem, but it's not really a major one. So I don't think that's an issue because I have supportive friends like you, of course,
Mhm.
John. We
Thank
have
you.
Pat, our amazing mentor, and we have all the oldies. Like, come on, we're all very supportive of each other.
Yes,
So it goes
for
up.
those who don't know what a boldy is, um, that's what we call ourselves within this community from the PaperKat self-publishing mentoring program. So that's what we call ourselves, boldies. So we have a lot of boldy authors within this community, and we get a lot of support digitally sometimes, or most of the time actually digitally. Yeah. Okay, so I love that answer. And our next question is, please tell us about your upcoming novel and where they can purchase it.
Okay, so my book, Under the City Lights, uh, it's it would be out by the first week of December, as I estimated it with our mentor Kat, and we had a pre-order launch last 13th of October, and it would end by, I think, 24th of November, before the book's release. So it's a very thick book, as what Kat mentioned. It's about, like 400 pages or so, and then it's a lot. It's a lot it's a lot to read, but that's why its full price is actually 600 pesos. But I started a pre-order, but this pre-order is mainly a down payment, so you can secure a copy for yourself. So that would be 50%, which is 300 pesos. So if you want to get your copy, just PM me. This is the paperback one. The ebook, it would be out soon as well, but a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but it's a lot for me. But a lot of people have been asking me to have the printed out version out, since they want to have the physical one and they want to have it on their shelves, because I think it's more sentimental. So I'm releasing this one, and since it's self-published, I'm not gonna be putting it in the stores yet. unless I've saved up a lot, or unless I've sold enough to market it out to the world, and then if it's worth placing in the bookshelf at the bookstore. So so far, if you want, so just just send me a PM on my page at sjwolf on Facebook. I don't have an Instagram yet. I don't have a website yet, but soon, probably. Gonna get those supporters up. You
Yes.
know,
But for the ebook, it's going to be
on
in
Amazon,
Amazon.com.
and I
Yes.
think on Google Play as well.
Yeah. But
Right.
yeah, I know from if you release the ebook on Amazon, it can also come in as a paperback on demand.
Oh.
So people from the States, or for example, from the States, Europe, or Canada, can actually purchase your paperback via Amazon because it's going to be paperback on demand. So you can get more sales from there as well. Did you know that?
I didn't. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
So you
you.
not only can sell your ebook, you can actually sell your paperback via Amazon without ever having to worry about shipping because Amazon will have printing partners in their respective countries, and then they will print that for you. They will pay that for you, and then
Oh,
uh, the customer will receive your paperback and pay it, and then you'll get the royalties.
oh wow.
Yes, so that's amazing with KDP, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. So
Oh
yeah,
my God. And I think your book will sell as well abroad, since it's
I'm crossing my fingers. So I'm happy.
it's ever fingers crossed. Yours is sci-fi, very imaginative in a way. I can't wait to have my own copy soon. And mine being a hot topic in this generation, since my book is an LGBTQ related book. So
Yes,
if you support
yes.
gay rights, come on, why not? Why not?
Okay, so I think you answered the last question. Where can the audience find you? And obviously,
I'm here.
it's on Facebook. Yeah, aside from now. Yeah, on Facebook, it's facebook.com/sjwolfauthor. Do you want to say anything to your fans, to your future fans? Do you have a message you'd like to say?
I think I had fans on Wattpad until I took it down, since I'm releasing the book as a legit one. So the reason that I published this book in particular, I actually had a different book in mind for uh, for the PaperKat mentoring program, but this one, like, it hit me hard. Like, no, it's supposed to be me. Under the City Lights is will be number one New York Times best-selling book, and I will be a best-selling author as well soon, because of the people who showed love and support on Wattpad. They're the reason why I pushed through this book. Their comments, their reactions, their willingness to have another book after this one, because they feel like there's more to the story. And it's just, I'm really grateful for you guys, with the even though your handles are just usernames. I can't memorize them, since they're really a lot. I started writing this book when I was 16 or 18, I think.
Wow,
And I wrote
that
it
was a long time ago.
Yeah, it really was a long time. I wrote it for only 2 months because I was in the midst of a very emotional state. I think. I can't remember. I just wrote it down out of feeling. Like, every day I wrote around 2 or 3 chapters. And then I just polished it now. And that's because of those people who supported me in the beginning. Those people, those strangers. I'm really grateful for those strangers, because I didn't allow my friends or the people around me to know I wrote that book, because I was I was inside the closet that time, so I'm not really open to showing that side of me yet. But now, what up? I'm here. So I'm really grateful for those who are supporting me now, to those who do not discourage my journey to self-publish my book, and to those, to my future fans. Hello, if you see this, welcome to the past. And hello, thank you so much for your support, and for the love, and for giving me this boost of energy, you know, like Red Bull. So thank
Our
you.
sponsor. No, they're
No,
not our sponsor.
okay.
Thank you, SJ Wolf, for joining me in this AuthorTube. Thank you for being the first episode of this series, Paper Catalog, Self-Publishing Journey. So I hope to have you as a guest again. Or maybe we can even do an online launch party. So it's something I always wanted to do,
Yes,
do
please. Yes, please.
right, diba? We can do a live stream of everyone from the Boldy PaperKat batch, and then do an online launch party of these, your book, my book, diba? Maybe book
Let
two
it
of
be
Nobody
an
Surrender.
let it be an Inuman.
Diba? Yeah,
An
that's a great idea. Inuman.
an
Inuman launch
Inuman.
party. That's a good idea. I
And I
love
can't,
that idea.
yeah. I can't wait to have that launch party, especially um when all of our books are printed, and then all of the boldies are now celebrating from all their hard
Yes.
work. And of
Yeah.
course, I'm still waiting for your book, because we're fellow Pisces. We were born
Yeah.
on the same day.
Right. Well, for those who don't know, we actually have the same birthday. It's March 3. I'm not gonna say my year because I'm almost ancient, right? So
You're not ancient. Oh
almost
my
ancient.
god.
Let's just
Far
put it
from
on
almost.
March.
I believe you are my age.
Basta March 3 hanggang dun lang. Okay.
And that's why
Yun.
the connection is legit.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I totally feel you. If you know, I don't know how to explain it. There's no
I
explanation.
don't know. It was
I
just
feel
shocked when I saw your Facebook. I think your post on Facebook, and then I was just like, "Wait, it's your birthday too? We just met. Why am I noticed
galing.
now?"
Galing. Destiny, I guess. Timing din. Timing.
See, the
Yeah.
universe has spoken.
Yun. Okay, again, thank you, SJ Wolf, for joining me in
John.
this recording. That's it, guys. That's SJ Wolf. She'll be coming out with her debut novel by December. You can catch her by visiting her Facebook account, her Facebook page, facebook.com/SJ Wolf Author. So I'll leave the links in the description below. If you have questions about the book, please do comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is the first of many videos that will be coming. I hope you enjoy watching this video. I hope you learned something. Next week, I have all of my guests are very special guests. Who am I kidding? I have another special guest for you next week, and it's going to be our mentor from PaperKat Books, self-publishing mentor program, Miss Kat Eustaquio Derla. So I'm excited to talk to her and discuss different stuff about her in terms of the self-publishing industry. So I'm super excited. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you till the next video. Bye.